Welcome everybody, welcome to today's stream. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes this time. I realized that starting streams and just beginning talking immediately is not the best way of doing it, so we're gonna give it a couple of minutes so that everybody gets here. Also, I was thinking maybe I would put some music in the background. Something calm, something ambient, but that does mean that I would have to balance my own voice with the music, so that's gonna be a little awkward to do. But nevertheless, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do it. Should be able to do that. And the reason why I'm thinking of doing it is because last time, I drank a little bit of alcohol and I didn't make the best choices. So let's see if we can fix it this time. So, what the one thing I want to do right now is do this sound mixer so that it's there we go, so that we can have quiet sounds here. Okay, so if I do so I'm thinking I'm gonna do a little bit of trickery. So right now it might sound a little loud. Let me know if that's the case. Okay, so I'm gonna talk so I can get a reference on my own voice. This is a little loud. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go. Okay, that should fix it to some extent. Okay. So how's this sound? Hopefully this sounds okay. I'm gonna have to check later on. But I don't think I. You know what? You know what? That's a terrible idea. It didn't work at all. It just didn't work at all. If you're wondering what this pile of books is, it's my stand for my new setup. It's my temporary camera stand. I'm gonna get a proper camera stand, but this is my temporary camera stand, and that over there is my temporary green screen. I improvised the green screen from 3 pieces of, I think, just graph paper and a bunch of scotch tape. Yeah, so I'm gonna, up the quality. I can't be seriously saying I'm gonna up the quality and this is what's going on. We can't even get a proper stream set up. I apologize. It never goes well. We got rid of the black shirt. I felt like it was a little too extreme. I think we want to focus on our appearance as a show. So, welcome to Userone Talks, and let me just adjust the camera. So, what's this show about? Well, usually we discuss the role-play union community. What is going on with the camera? I am really sorry. There we go. This will work. Let's get things started. So, since last time, what has changed? Well, we're planning to adjust the rules on the server again. If we look at the rules now, there's nothing wrong with them in particular, but they could be better definitely. Particular issues that we have right now is that the staff meetings. Not everybody comes to the staff meetings because not everybody can come to the staff meetings. So this needs to be more flexible. We need to be able to adjust which staff meetings are necessary and stuff like that. Also, there's other stuff. There was other stuff planned for today, unfortunately, but well, not unfortunately, but that there was other stuff planned for today. But we were not able to make that happen today, unfortunately. Well, I mentioned there was a developer helping us make a bot, and that didn't happen in time. It's very important to remember that things like these they take a long time to set up. These need to do properly. That is, and that's what I'm trying to do with this community. I'm trying to do this properly. I'm trying to explore the idea that we can enforce the rules fairly. Again, I'd like to say that last time it was a mistake for me to drink alcohol on stream. It was a mistake that I was drunk and belligerent. It puts a bad view on this whole community and everybody in it and everybody trying to contribute to it. So honestly, I apologize. One thing I want to note is that we did have somebody report me in the complaints. So what I did is I actually uh, we have this thing called summons, which is basically you can summon somebody. Right now, it's only for staff, so supervisors and administrators can summon moderators. Basically, this is a way you can issue them tasks formally, So we have like a divide now between what's formal and what's informal. And the reason we need that is because we are making a big focus on evidence, something that most servers they don't care about. Most communities they don't care about evidence. They just do whatever they feel like is the best course of action at the time. And then when disputes start, then they are like, oh well, what evidence do we have? And it's like, oh, we didn't prepare any evidence. We didn't think we would need any evidence. So nobody really gets prepared for that kind of stuff, and nobody really has any procedures for that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm experimenting with. What if we have procedures so that when there is a conflict, because that's the point of this whole system, is to resolve conflicts when they arise. So if you look at the frequently asked questions, if you look at our goal, we are experimenting in a system in which we can enforce rules consistently within an acceptable margin of error, while allowing room for feedback and development. So not only are we trying to experiment with this, we are also looking for feedback. And I think we've not made it easy for people to have feedback. So, I've added memes. I've added the memes text channel. This is area where you can express everything you want. Alright, let's move on with the of course we have suggestions. We actually have some suggestions that were somewhat accepted. Fresh Trippy made a suggestion: no proof to have you banned. Admins don't need any proof of you breaking a rule to ban you. Now this is how it works on most servers. This is how it works pretty much everywhere when you're talking about private communities, and unfortunately sometimes governments too. So a government can go, hey, we don't have any evidence, we'll still ban you. Or in case of a government, they'll put you in jail or execute you. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is that's the entire point. The reason why we're experimenting with this. If you look at this means that if you're banned out of the blue, you most likely have zero evidence to back yourself up because you didn't know you were going to get banned. So why do you need proof of something that you? Yeah, this is the reason why we say innocent until proven guilty. If a rogue admin decides, I'll just ban this person, and they are not required to show any evidence, they can just lie and say, oh, this person was being disrespectful to me, or some other nonsense, right? Without any evidence, without any structure of how to review evidence, that's also important, and without a structure in place, there's not going to be consistency, because every admin is going to do their own thing and think of their own way to handle situations at the time. And at the time, they're going to be stressed to do it quickly, because there's going to be players who are going to be going, hey, admin, get going. I got shit to do, I gotta go. Like, there's so much stress going on. So for that reason, I don't even blame admins that issue unfair punishments. I blame the people who made the system where they don't have consistent structure of how to handle stuff. So again, I'm not against the administrators team. I'm not here to say that administrators on any specific roleplay server are flawed. No, that's not the point of the roleplay union. I think we've misrepresented the point of the roleplay union, because we've had people come in here clearly having no clue what it was about. We've had a moderator, a tester come in from LSRP last time, who said this whole thing was retarded because an admin makes a tiny mistake, we ban him. No, that's not at all the case. We're not gonna ban an admin who makes a tiny mistake. For example, here, if you neglect to perform your duties, if you punish somebody without sufficient evidence, it's considered a mild offense. So the first time you do it, it's a formal warning. Second time, it's a 2-hour ban, so on and so forth. Uh, Again, I'm not saying that this is a perfect system. I'm just experimenting to see if this is gonna be better than what we have right now. To see if we can do something to remedy the issues that are going on. But yeah, that's the point of the roleplay union. Again, we are not gonna be banning admins immediately just because they made a tiny mistake. No, not at all. In fact, I have made a mistake last time, and I was held accountable for it. If you look at the evidence, which is actually accessible to everybody, or is it accessible to everybody, or just people who are just the people who are verified? Actually, yeah, just the people who are verified. But you can view evidence as long as it's not confidential evidence, regardless of where you are. Basically, this just has a bunch of lists of evidence with the charges. So I was accused of harassment, bullying, in report rule breaking by a player, and I actually summoned this moderator, this supervisor, to review it for me. I didn't tell him what to do. All I did was you can ask him, and he can honestly tell you that I did not tell him which judgment to make. He made a judgment himself. What I did was where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Staff summons. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see staff summons anywhere? Because that's what we're looking for. There it is. Okay, staff summons. So there you go. We're testing the system with administrators. In the future, we'll be able to use it with players. So the idea would be kind of like you have court summons in real life in a way. A person, reports another person, and then we can summon them both together at a certain date, at a certain time, which is convenient for them. Now, again, this is maybe ridiculous, but I'm just experimenting. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this is a perfect system. I'm basing it off of what's going on in the real life justice system, and all feedback is accepted, absolutely, especially if it's constructive criticism. Speaking of feedback, let's open up the interview room to let people in so that they can come in here and they can share their opinions of the roleplay union in general. So right now, the interview room is open. Feel free to come in. Let me just make sure I change the name here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, feel free to come in to the room so that we can talk about what's going down. We can talk about things that are. So if you're wondering how to join. Oh wait, hold on. You can't join yet. There we go. My bad. I apologize. I apologize. I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, right now, interview room. Let me actually read the chat that we have. So again, this is not a gaming stream. We're not gonna be playing games. I'm trying to do something serious. Although that being said, I will be releasing more videos. I was actually planning to release a video yesterday, but unfortunately, then I was planning to do something with the green screen yesterday, but I only filmed. I didn't edit the video yet, so I'm not gonna be able to release it yesterday. Ah, we have somebody here. This is Dodo Man. Welcome.
Your voice is lagging.
There's
No better.
a lot of reasons why it could be lagging.
Okay, no.
Oh, wait.
Better. No, it's better. I want to talk about something that happened to my friend, actually. Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Okay. Well, where did this happen? Which community did this happen in?
LSRP.
LSRP? Okay. So, what happened then?
Okay, my friend was actually.
Okay. How about you type it out? I'll give you interview access. You can go to the
Okay.
interview room and you should be able to type it out, so I can read it out for the people who are viewing it right now. And if you have any evidence to come with it, that would be just amazing. Okay, let's make sure that we are keeping time here. So I'm gonna try to keep it 15 minutes per attendee so we can get as many people as possible and give them the equal opportunity to share. Okay, so if I was robbing someone, okay, well this might actually take a little longer. Okay, what's going on with the internet? I don't seem to be having issues myself, but yeah, I can believe that somebody has issues. So, if I was robbing somebody, I'm gonna read some. You type out the story, and I'm gonna read some. I'm gonna respond to some questions that we have in the chat. Okay. So hold on. Before we do that, let's actually look at the story that you gave. Oh, Dodo Man, I have a question. Do you have evidence for this story?
No, actually,
Oh
I
well.
asked them. They didn't
Okay,
have it.
okay. Do you have any story that you can actually show evidence for?
I actually I got banned for tapping while in a car police pursuit in a bike. I don't know if it is against the rule to get banned. Like, I don't think it's against the rule to get banned. Like it's not a big offense to get
Did
banned
you
for.
just say? Hold on. Did you just say it's not
I
against the rules to get
no,
banned?
I think it. Yeah, you should get warned then banned. I didn't get warned at all.
Well,
I got
no.
just
The
banned.
punishment. I disagree with you there. So you're saying that the. Hold on. Actually, hold on. This is a good
Mm.
point. So okay, your argument is you're annoyed that you were tapping, right, doing something that you don't think impacts
Yeah,
the roleplay so much, and you got banned for that, right?
yeah.
Have you been banned
Like
before?
I got banned before, but it was like 7 months ago.
7 months ago. Okay, so
Yes.
okay, the way it works on okay, so basically, right, let's put it all into perspective for the person viewing, for the audience. So, you were on a roleplay server, you were typing in a pursuit, right?
Bike. Yeah, in the bike.
Okay, can you send
Like
can you get the link for your ban appeal? Do you have a ban appeal?
yeah, yeah. I'm
Okay,
gonna
you
give it.
send the link so we can have a look at it. But according to you, you were tapping in a pursuit and you immediately got banned. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we look
There
at
is.
that does not seem like a punishment that's not like proper. I mean, seems like a proper punishment, but you still got annoyed because you don't think it's
Abandoning, yeah.
you
Like
don't
I
think
was
it's
getting,
a valid punishment.
yeah, I think it's not like I should get jail for it, not banned. Like I was getting in IC jail anyways. Like I had like three
Okay,
SWAT cars behind my ass.
I would really like for you to get me that evidence, that ban appeal, because
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
saying that you got banned for tapping on a bike, right? That's what you're saying. You got banned for
yeah,
tapping on a bike. Because I'm looking at the rule. I'm looking at the rule right now, and the rule actually says the punishment for abuse of SAM physics, including tapping on bikes on motorcycles, it's anything from a warning to an admin jail. So
yeah. I
you're
didn't.
not even supposed to be banned for
I know.
tapping
Yeah.
based on that. So my question to LSRP in this case is, why do they bother writing this line if they're not gonna enforce it? Why do they bother writing the rules that they're not gonna enforce at all? Because
Uh,
it's
yeah,
it's kind of weird, in my opinion, that they wrote that and then they're not sticking by it. And I see the thing is, Los Angeles reserves the right to ban anyone for any reason. They decided that's how they function. They don't function on evidence. They function on what feels like the best way to take care of a situation. They don't. They take in any kind of evidence into account. Like on a roleplay union, you have a very specific set of evidence that we take into account, and that being, you know, screenshots, video. We don't take administrative void as evidence,
yeah.
um, but in on LSRP they obviously do. So
And
And they
And
also look at reputation of the player that is, doing certain things. We don't look at that in roleplay union. We just act on based on the acts which the person was, accused of. So if you got, I'm assuming like the worst case scenario that you've even if you like are really like prominently constantly getting in trouble player. I mean, have you been punished for tapping though? Have you been punished for
no,
tapping on a bicycle
never,
motorcycle
no,
before?
never.
Now? Okay. Have you posted the ban appeal? Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see the ban appeal. Okay.
bit of
So you,
spam.
yeah, I see. You no. The the thing is, the listed ban reason here is unfit for LSRP, bad record. So
Yeah, but the reason I got banned for fucking tapping. That's why the admin told me you are
don't
like I
swear.
got,
Don't swear. But
yeah, I'm sorry.
okay, okay. Uh,
Jailed. I got jailed and banned. Like I didn't even have a chance to say anything.
well, I mean, that being said, LSRP is free to ban anyone for any reason. But
That's
you're
why the
saying it makes you frustrated because you think you should. You haven't been banned in like 7 months. Have you been admin jailed in the last 7 months?
no, I was banned like 4 months ago, but I got
So
unbanned
you,
1 month ago.
oh,
I
okay.
got
Well, so
banned.
you haven't been banned for 3 months. Okay, that's
I
a
was
little
banned.
different,
Yeah,
but still, 3 months is a
yeah,
long
but
difference.
my admin record after the unban was only one jail for offense. I don't think that's fair
When
to
was the admin jail?
like I was okay. I will tell you the story. I was AFK. I was AFK tapping out, looking at something. I tapped in. I found a guy aiming a Tech 9 at my face. I didn't read the RP. He RP pinning me on the wall, but I just shot him instantly.
I did
That's
not
why
understand anything you just said. I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
write it here. I'm
Okay,
gonna.
just write it down. Um, okay, so basically, it's interesting to me that LSRP is seem. Looking at the ban appeal, explanation what happened. I recently got admin jailed for tapping in a chase prior to getting banned over a bad record. So you got admin jail for tapping. See, this is why we
Yeah,
look at evidence. We look at because you told me you got banned for tapping.
yeah. I
Okay,
got jailed and then banned.
yeah, they can do that. They can
Yeah,
ban you for. It's not against the rules to have a bad record, but again, LSRP operates a little differently than what we have here at Roleplay Union, and that makes you frustrated because you're telling me that you haven't been that bad. I mean, what do you
yeah.
want from LSRP though? What do you think would be the best, the appropriate course of action here? To warn you
Stop.
first?
Yeah, and stop banning everyone because the server play pace is going really down. If you look at the stats,
Well, I mean, they're
like,
banning people that they believe that are breaking rules usually.
I mean the so,
And
but
you were breaking the rules.
yeah, but not for. I should get warned or jailed, not banned. I mean that.
No,
I mean that.
you got jailed for tapping on a BMX, but you got banned for
I know.
bad
I was
admin. So the problem here is you don't think you should be.
banned.
Why?
Cause like I was tapping on a bike and I was getting in IC jail anyways. Cause I'm getting chased by three like SWAT cars and I'm getting jailed anyway.
That's an in character situation. That's irrelevant.
Yeah,
Why
I
should
did.
you not be banned?
Cause I should have get warned first that I'm breaking the rules, and
You
if I
should
get it
have
again,
more warning that you are breaking the rules.
yeah, I didn't even know it was against the rules.
Okay.
And then I got
Well, you should know that it's written down that it's against the rules.
yeah
But okay, that's see the thing is though I do believe that we should acknowledge any kind of complaints, including this one. Though that being said, it's kind of expected of players to know the rules of the server. That
yeah.
means it's an interesting situation because you shouldn't be, according to this, you shouldn't be getting banned for tapping. But then again, you didn't get banned for tapping. You got banned for having a bad admin record, which is a
They need
separate thing, and it's also interesting to talk
uh,
about.
like they ban everyone for the bad admin record if you even got a good one. Like everyone get banned. That's my point. If you do something they just write bad admin record not fit for the server.
So
That's
you
what
think a
they write.
so many people are getting banned for it? What would
For
be
that reason, yeah.
how do admins make sure that people follow the rules though? That's because that's what the admins wants to do. They want to make sure everybody's following the rules.
I mean jail and until next time you will get banned, not banned instantly.
So
Like
you
if I get
think that the admins aren't here to teach you every single rule, though? I mean,
yeah,
I get. Are you frustrated that? See, what if the punishment read from a warning to a ban? Would that make it better?
yeah, like it should you get word first. If you do it again, you should get banned. Like
No,
like
no, no,
if I
no. What I'm saying is, if the punishment in the rule, if the punishment in the rule for abuse of SAM physics, instead of being from a warning to an admin jail, was from a warning to a ban, and you still got banned instantly, uh,
I mean, but it's
would
not
would
the
that
rule.
fix the situation, or should there be something else?
I think like it's not a big it's not a big advantage that tapping give me. It's like it give me two not a big speed actually. But I think they should warn ban jail ban actually.
It
If you
should
get
be a
if
warning, admin jail, and then ban
I
for any offenses at all.
what what
Should that be the case for any offense at all?
not any offense but like not small ones.
So do you think this is a small offense and you shouldn't be permanently banned? Yeah.
I
Okay. So
need
I think this is an example of admins treating you differently based on your admin history.
yeah
So when was the last time you were admin jailed before this situation?
like start of the month
Third of the month? This month?
yeah let me check.
Well, that's okay. See, that paints a different picture. See, from the beginning, you came off as if, oh, I haven't been banned for 7 months, I haven't done nothing. But now you're telling me that
Yeah,
that
I mean
within 3 months, uh, yeah. So on roleplay union, we do have an interesting situation going on with people who are repeat offenders. Specifically, in mild offenses, what we have is a escalating kind of punishment system. So for the first offense, you have a formal warning. For the second offense, it's a 2 hour ban. Third, it's a 24-hour ban. Fourth, it's a 7-day ban, and demotion if the person getting punished is a staff member. So those are the punishments. What do you think about those? Have you seen the punishments that we have on the roleplay union?
what?
The rules that we have on the roleplay union. Have you seen them?
Yeah,
What do you
uh,
think about the punishments? The way they work for mild offenses, and
they actually much better than LSRP.
what makes them
Like I,
better though? That's what we want to know.
cause they give you another chance. Like the warning give you a chance to know what you are doing something wrong and you should fix it.
Okay. So that's what you like
That is
about
what
the
it,
rules that I have come up
yeah,
with. Uh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I'm glad that you feel that way. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you, man.
Okay. So I think what we learned from here is that when punishments are not really being followed, when admins kind of do what they want on a whim, when it's not really set in stone what admins are supposed to do, then people get frustrated because they feel like admin punishments may be too harsh or too lenient at times because they are so inconsistent, right?
Yeah,
Basically, they should not be inconsistent, is what you're saying. Yeah, pretty much. Because
okay.
the punishments here are very very strict, and I don't know if that's the best way to do it. Do you think it would be better to have like super strict punishments or to have some leniency? I think some leniency would be better. What do
Yeah,
you think?
some leniency. Like
Yeah.
give the players another chance to know, not just ban them.
No,
That's
I mean from the admin side. Like on LSRP, admins can do anything they want.
yeah. They don't have a rule or fucking punishment. I'm sorry, punishment against them. They
Yeah,
just get
the admins
they do what they
you
want.
never see admins get punished
Yeah, if you
there,
see the admin reports, and there's no admin reports.
and that makes you well. Okay, you can make an admin report, but you don't know what happens to them. They just you know
Yeah,
yeah
you just you just ignore it, or just give them. They
yeah
will.
yeah okay. Well, in roleplay you can report admins. I've actually got reported myself, and I now have a formal warning on me, which means I can't break any rules within another month, or I'll get a 2 hour ban from my own community, which is funny, but
Yeah,
true. Yeah, we're enforcing rules against everybody. So and yeah,
yeah.
all right.
Not
Well, thank you so much for coming. I want to give everybody a chance of coming in here and making their statements. So sharing the
Thank you
stories.
so much.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Hope you have a good day, Dodo man.
See
Thanks.
you.
Stay safe. All right. So that was Dodo man.
Salam alaikum.
Okay. Cool.
Salam alaikum.
Wow. How many of you guys are there?
What do you mean?
You're the same voice. What do you mean you?
Seek Heil 1488!
Wow.
Nicker!
How? How? Just.
Nicker!
Oh, I figured it out. Okay. I figured it out. Jesus. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing I can do about people who want to come in and do that before they do it. I mean, after they do it, obviously, I can ban them for the appropriate amount of time, which is, I believe, this is like 2 offenses. Again, this is an experiment. Again, I understand that it doesn't work in some cases. I'm actually impressed that we still have people coming in with serious intentions. Let's be real. That it's impressive that we got people actually trying to share stories and actually make something out of it. So we got something out of it. We're learning some things. But hey, I digress. Let's get some more people in here. And I'm impressed that we have 175 people joining the community and actually getting verified. Like they go through the verification process, which is just insane in my opinion. But hey, I want to thank you guys so much for like helping out build this community up, especially the moderators that we had. All of this is just amazing. But yeah, unfortunately, not it doesn't work out all the time. So okay, let's join the interview. Share your story. Okay. Okay, so I believe this guy will get. So let's get somebody else in here. We just opened up the.
Hello everyone, it's Userone.
Okay, no need for that. Well. I mean, the only thing I can do right now is the way I'm doing it is I have a filter in, so people who join the community they can't just join this chat because that would just be a disaster. The way I'm doing it is I have a kind of a system in place where people can, properly join in. But again, we don't have enough moderators and administrators to handle that kind of stuff. And again, after I started this community, I've gained a lot more respect for administrators that are actually there, enforcing rules, enforcing all that jazz. It's very difficult. It goddamn is difficult, especially when you put all these restraints on yourself.
Hello, bro.
Hello, welcome. How you doing? Don't be how you doing? I'm sorry. I want to apologize. I'm just toxic. How are you doing? I believe we had you before.
Yeah, I've done. But right now I have actual proof.
You actually have evidence of something that happened to you? Okay.
Yeah. Basically, hold on, let me. Basically, hold up. Can you wait like 1 single minute so I can ask my friend if I can
Okay.
reveal his name or not?
Just like send me the evidence. I will censor it and it'll be fine. Just send it all in the interview room. I will give you interview access.
Okay.
Just tell me what happened though. Give us some background to what you're gonna talk about.
Okay. Well, basically, this happened on RCRP.
Okay.
So generally, the well, it's about a next admin.
What?
And basically,
Right.
you know what? Just come on, explain that, bro.
Aw, I feel bad. I feel so bad for this guy. Okay. You know what I need? I need some kind of a way to, like, automatically select the individual. How do I say it? Name. The name. That's there. That definitely needs to be there. And needs to be automatic. Okay. Let's get some more people in. Let's see what we got. Guys, don't make fun of him. You know what? While I'm waiting, I'm gonna actually respond some of the comments that we have. So let me see the questions that you guys have. What's roleplay union? Well, again, the roleplay union is this experiment that I'm doing. It's a if you look at the first question, roleplay union is a community founded by me, which believes that rules should be descriptive and enforced equally. Community members and staff should not be punished in the long term unless definitively proven to be rule breaking. So long term means over 48 hours in this contest. So an admin basically needs to post evidence within 48 hours of issuing punishment. So that's the rules that we have. And then rule enforcement shall always be subject to appeals, and any individual is able to appeal the punishment. It's important to be honest, acknowledge imperfections, member, staff, and system. So one specific issue I've noticed specifically with this system is that you got a lot of people. They are purposefully, trying to take advantage of the fact that we are only punishing people that we can prove to be guilty. Just like you got people in real life also doing a very similar thing, and that is tackled really easily on roleplay servers, because anybody that even looks like they are breaking a rule, they'll be punished. And what ends up happening is, of course, a lot of innocent people get punished as well. I've actually had that happen myself a lot of times on some communities, and I had that happen yesterday on one of those communities that I was joining, but thankfully not any of the communities that I would care about. So that was lucky. All right, let's still waiting for more people to join. We still have let's read more comments. It's a fucking 100-player Discord server. Who cares about you so realistically? 100 people. Thank you for the comment though. Dislikes stacking up. Yeah, we every time I host one of these interviews, I'm gonna just get dislike bombed, and I'm wondering if it's because people want me to upload more LSRP or other content, or is it because they just want to just they don't care about this specific thing. I realize this is not that popular, but this is still an experiment that I'm doing and I'm passionate about. So obviously this is gonna be a little complicated. It's not that simple for me to just not, not do the thing that I care about. Anyway, welcome Cash. How are you doing? Hello? Okay, we got some technical issues, I'm assuming, because I can't hear you at the moment. Well, if you can't hear me, do talk to me, because otherwise then I guess we'll have to get somebody else in. Hello? No, I cannot hear you. Oh, hello? I heard something.
Yes,
There you
hello,
go.
man.
Alright, hello, Cash, how are you doing?
I am doing pretty fine, sir. Thank you.
Well, what do you think about Roleplay Union so far? How long have you been a part of the Roleplay Union?
For a while, I do think that you guys are taking a really positive approach.
A positive approach? That was the
Yes.
first time I'm hearing such a comment. But okay. Do you think this could work for other private communities? Because this isn't just about roleplay servers, even though it's called
Yes,
a roleplay.
yes. I do think that this could work for other communities.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, tell me about this. Do you think that I'm gonna give you interview access? What would be a good question for you to ask? Well, what's your experience with roleplay servers? Have you
With
had?
RCRP, yes, RCRP. I have a big problem with RC.
Tell me about it. We had Tommy B the other day. We had the creator of, well, not creator, but the manager of RCRP, and he told us that even he experienced situations on Earth County roleplay that were not ideal. So tell us about it.
Okay, there is a big problem with RCRP and it's favoritism. If you know someone on RCRP, it's
Ye-
easy to get by. If you do not know him, you're totally
what? If you don't know them, then what?
you're totally screwed.
You're totally screwed. Okay. Yeah, so again, the favoritism, we heard this a lot, especially talking about roleplay servers. Okay, so do you have any specific... What gives you the impression that that's the case, though?
There has been a few scenes where the admin tried to avoid the situation because he knew the person that I was trying to hit.
Right?
And there are some times when admins intervene when something's happening with SASP, and they try to avoid it because they know because one of SASP is an admin.
Okay. So, what you're saying is, uh, basically, admins were abusing their power to try to stop situations. Have you tried reporting those admins? Or do you think you don't have enough evidence to prove that they're doing it?
It's not that I don't have enough evidence. It's that even if I post the report, it's not gonna get reviewed
What makes you think that?
because I've already tried it before and it didn't work.
Okay. Do you have? Can you show us that you actually tried doing it before and it didn't work? Do you
I
have?
cannot because the report has been deleted.
This is why when I post something, I always take a screenshot off of it. I've had some of my reports deleted myself. I think I had a couple of internal affair reports deleted on the county roleplay. But yeah, I definitely believe you. But unfortunately, we can't talk much without evidence. You see, here on the roleplay union, we care a lot about evidence.
No, you see, at that time I had enough evidence, right? I had video and everything, but when I posted it, the admin deleted the footage. He deleted the entire report and the footage.
He cannot delete. What do you mean he delete? That doesn't make any sense. You
Yeah,
upload the video to YouTube from your private channel, and admin does
yes,
not have
but
access to it. That doesn't make sense.
no, I uploaded the video to YouTube,
Yeah.
right? I posted in, it got reviewed, and I deleted it. And deleted it because I needed the empty storage on my computer.
But why would you
And
delete
what
it from YouTube? Why do you care that it's taking up space from Google's servers? Just keep it on YouTube.
No, because I needed to clean up my channel so I can make new videos.
But like keep it unlisted. You could just
I
unlist
did not,
videos.
yeah, I did not think of that. Sorry.
Okay. That's what I do anyway. I just upload unlisted footage as evidence. But yeah, okay. Fair point. So don't ever delete evidence. That's a lesson that we learned today. But yeah, would you? So basically, you had situations where an admin decided to avoid the entire situation because the person losing that situation was their friend.
Yes.
How do you think? What can a server do to solve that issue? What can imagine you are running your own roleplay server, and you have this problem. Admins are constantly, they are, just making things terrible. They are taking advantage of the position of power, and they are banning people. Like you've caught several of your admins doing it yourself, but you know it's a widespread issue, so you have to come up with like a system change, right? You have to
Yes.
change the system. What do you do?
And all of them. That's what I.
Ban all of the admins?
Yes.
Now you have a server
Only
without admins. Now people are cheating.
no
And now they get
ban people from being administrators, but hire new ones. That is the solution. If you do not know what the solution is, that is the very simple solution that we
well.
can
You
come
see,
up
the
with.
thing is, you can't hire every single admin because roleplay servers don't make that much money. So you get volunteers to be admins. Okay, and there's two kinds of volunteers. There are the kind that are genuinely passionate about what they do. They are the kind that are invested in the community and they actually want to see it succeed and prosper. And there are the kind that just want to take advantage of whatever is possible and they want to take advantage of it and be in position of power and just take advantage of basically it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Take advantage of their admin privileges to ban people and to do the things that happened before. So obviously not every admin is gonna be like that. But let's say you have the issue where most admins are doing it. How do you do it? Because you can't just ban all admins because then you have no admins. And also when you're banning all that, look, we're not talking about what do you do when you realize that an admin is doing it. How do you realize admins are doing it, and how do you take action against it? That's the question.
Yes, that is a very important question to ask because most admins just cover up for the other admins. You see where this is going? One admin is backing another admin's back, so when something happens, the admin deletes something that the other admin did, and they try to cover it up in a little scheme.
And why is that a problem? Let's do that. Why is that a problem? Can you answer why is it a problem that admins are covering up for each other? Why is corruption bad, basically, in a roleplay server? Like, is it bad that admins are covering up for each other all the time and they
Yes,
can
it
do
is
no
bad
wrong?
for. Yes, we need to have
But no. The
a
question
good.
is why? Why is it bad?
Why would it not be bad? Because it's bad for both parties. Well, rather, it's
Explain
bad
how
for
though.
one single.
For the audience, why is it bad that?
Because you'll never get justice. That's why. No matter how
And
you try,
without justice, what's the problem?
well, then you lose motivation to play a community, and then you leave. That
That's
is
the
very.
player's perspective, right? Players lose motivation to play in the community that does not seek to make sure that people getting punished are actually guilty of the punishment, right? Yeah, okay, well, that's the story that we keep hearing from so many different people. And we had somebody yesterday tell us, oh, most people that come here are trolls. I expected that most people that would come here would be trolls, but actually, most people that come here and talk on this interview are not trolls. If you actually count up how many people come here to have a serious conversation, most of them are here to have a serious conversation. And that's a revelation for me because I expected most of them to be trolls. So, if that doesn't highlight that there is an issue, then I don't know what does, in my opinion. But again, we need to see evidence. So without evidence, this is not really gonna go into highlights. I'm gonna make highlights of these
Yes.
videos again, and I can't put them in if there's no evidence showcasing the actual issue at hand. So next. Hello? Hello? Should be back up. Alright, so we're back now. Cash is gone, so okay, that's fine. Again, I don't know if what I'm doing is necessarily the 100% correct, but I'm just experimenting because this issue has been plaguing me for a long time, so I'm just trying to see if I can solve it for maybe at least other people, because I know for a fact that I'm not going to be invested in what I used to be doing 5 years ago, 5 years in the future. Okay, let's look at some questions that we have. There's a heavy roleplay server launching soon with better features. Well, I mean, cool. Am I wearing PJs under that blazer? No, this is just a nice shirt that I have. I really like that shirt. I used to wear the black shirt all the time, but I figured that it was a little too grim. I was just looking back at it. I mean, I was looking back, just generally cringing, but with this new shirt, at least it looks somewhat presentable and at least it looks somewhat nice. Uh, it's not nice at all. Well, I guess it's a preference thing. I like it, okay? I like this shirt. That's all that matters. Uh, what's this? Let's be honest, guys. Sampras dead. I've heard that for 5 years now. There's actually been a resurgence in popularity in GTA San Andreas, yet for some reason, LSRP has not grown as much as you would expect it to grow during this period. Why is that? Because they're not really prioritizing letting as many people in as possible. Again, I understand where they come from. I understand why LSRP is doing what it's doing. I'm just saying maybe there's a better way of doing it, and that's the whole point of the roleplay unit. I'm trying to see if I can make it a little better. That's pretty much make sure that people, because when it comes to roleplay servers, there's a lot of investment that you have to make, a lot of time investment for you, which is extremely important to make sure that you don't punish somebody who is not guilty, because these punishments, they are ridiculous. A year punishment, a year long punishment from the community for an alleged, hacking, when in reality there's no evidence of it. And I know it's difficult to both be absolutely certain of, and it's also difficult to logistically make sure you post evidence against every single person you're punishing, because there's going to be a lot of people. There's definitely going to be a lot of people, and there's definitely going to be a lot of people who are going to be grazing that line of, oh, what's okay, what's not okay. But those people that are grazing the line, eventually they're going to mess up. Eventually they're going to mess up, and they're going to get punished. It's just the way it is. And when you have a solid line established, you can be sure that everybody that qualifies is very certainly guilty. Now, is it 100% assurance? No, it's never going to be 100% assurance. There's going to be misleading evidence. People are still going to be able to make mistakes, believe it or not. But at the very least, it's going to be better than what we have now, at least in my opinion. What we have now is a system of complete chaos. The way administrators even act is not consistent. They don't have any kind of guidelines. They don't have any. Well, they do have guidelines, but at least they don't get punished for not obeying those guidelines, which is another big thing that impacts whether they actually care about following those guidelines or not. But yeah, what we have on the Roleplay Union, we have guidelines and we have a punishment system that applies to everybody equally. And as you can see, some people genuinely like that sort of thing. Okay, so the interview room is still open if you want to come in and share your story. I'm just gonna make an announcement real quick. I don't think that I need to adjust something. Yeah, let me try something. So I'm just wanna. What if I try to add a display capture? Let me actually hold on. Somebody asked a question. I'm gonna do this next week. Okay. Please try and allow staff members from server to join and provide their feedback. You always talk over people and not allow them and have a civil discussion. You need to change that. Thank you for the feedback. When I look back at some of my interviews, I have been talking a little too much. As an interviewee, I shouldn't be talking much at all. I should just be asking questions. That's a good point. And I have been undermining. Aunt Nasal, thank you for the comment, by the way. I feel like I have been undermining the point of having an interview in a way, through not actually, interviewing the people. It's not really an interview, it's more of Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like just a dialogue basically. Good point. Yeah, I'll try to keep that into consideration. Uh, let's see what else do we have. When are you starting the Minecraft series? Soon, soon. I promise I'll start the Minecraft series soon. Absolutely. The Minecraft roleplay series. What's your skincare routine? I mean, isn't it obvious? Okay, let me show you my skincare routine. Just pour a bunch of fucking acid on your face, okay? That's my skincare routine. But to be honest, like I do have an appointment to go to a place to have some cream applied on my face and all that good stuff. Thank you for the question. Alright, so what else do we have? What kind of questions do we have? Oh, this is a good one. You figured out it starts smelling. I think this is in context to the shirt, the black shirt. I think. Oh, hold on, we got somebody. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. I'm just gonna type your name for now, but I definitely need a way to do like automate this thing, because this is just not professional at all. Okay, but welcome. How long have you been a part of the roleplay union?
A month.
A month. That's pretty impressive considering we've been up for a month and a half. So you're like a veteran at this point.
Yeah.
So what's your experience so far? Why did you join the roleplay union to begin with?
Because I like heavy roleplay.
You like heavy roleplay, but what about roleplay union though? Is that okay? Let's move on. What do you think about the roleplay union?
It's cool.
It's okay. If you were to like, do you think the systems that the roleplay union is trying to like suggest, the system that we don't punish people unless we have evidence that they are guilty? Do you think that would work practically on a roleplay server, or do you think that won't work?
Yeah, I highly suggest that. Like, that should be 100% implemented on the roleplay server.
Why is that?
Well, basically, you need evidence for everything. For example, you get punished, right? But the admin needs to like have evidence in order to support. Let's say someone has a complaint, right?
Right.
On an admin. He was admin jailed.
Yep.
He makes a complaint on the admin, and the admin doesn't have evidence. The admin is fully responsible for what he's done. He didn't take any screenshots of him or videos.
How does it work right now on other communities?
Well, I'm currently role-playing in RCRP, and it's pretty much not like the same. They don't need evidence, they can just say that, but they usually 100% of the time have evidence.
So you're saying visually they should always be able to collect evidence of wrongdoing?
Yeah.
Okay. So what led you onto that conclusion? What do you why do you think this is an issue?
Well,
Have you had a situation that told you that this was an issue?
well, basically, personally, I like always having evidence for literally anything.
You personally
That's
like having evidence for literally anything?
Huh?
You personally like having evidence for literally anything?
Yeah, for example, a complaint. Like, I always must have evidence in order to make it.
Well, that's that's usually the way it is.
Yeah, that's like common sense.
That being said, you're suggesting something different though, because see on a roleplay server, yes, you do need complaints for making any kind. You do need the evidence to make any kind of a complaint. But I guess I'm trying to okay. I'm trying to figure out a way to convey my point. Basically, on roleplay servers, right now, if an admin bans you for whatever reason, it's you who has the burden of proof to prove that you're innocent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And if you can't prove that you're innocent, then you're guilty. And you're saying
Yeah,
that
pretty much.
and you're saying that admins should have to prove that you're guilty.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not a good interviewer. Let's get to some. Alright, somebody else should be interviewing you instead of me. But look, have you had a situation that was like that? We need examples, evidence, stuff like that. That's the thing that's gonna help us if we look at specific cases and learn from those cases.
To be honest, I've never had a bad situation.
You have
No.
never had a bad situation with an administrator.
No.
Okay. But you still think that this system could be implemented in a roleplay server?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Would you play a server? If you had the choice to play a roleplay server that had this system and didn't have this system, would that matter to you? Would that be like an important factor to you when picking which server
Nah,
to play
not
on?
really important.
It wouldn't be. Okay, I appreciate your honesty. I wish more people were as honest as you are. But yeah, okay. So the thing is, you just told me that it was an important factor, but then you tell me, oh, I'm not gonna care if it's on server or not, though. It's kind of weird.
It is.
I don't get it. Why do you say it's an important factor, but then you say it's not an important factor?
Well, it's not that important, but it's still important.
It's
There's
still
like
important.
a place in between important and not important.
Okay. So I guess the issue we're tackling right now. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know what to say with you. You don't have any specific problems. Okay, it's good that you don't have any specific problems with the county roleplay, but you're still participating in roleplay union as an experiment, and you're giving honest feedback. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, alright. Continue doing what you're doing, and I'll see you around. Right? Make sure if you do have an issue, you let me know right away. Come to these interviews. They're always open to whoever manages to snatch the place first. Hopefully, it's
Jonas,
not somebody with a loud microphone.
I've never had a personal issue with admins or any other issues with admins, but I've had issues with other players connected to admins, so like friends to admins and stuff.
So you had issues with people who were friends with admins.
Yeah.
What is the issue? Were they acting entitled?
Well, the thing is that if you have a friend that is also an admin that's on the same server you are, of
Yeah.
course that you'll get like more power because you're his friend. That's pretty much common courtesy.
Yeah,
And,
that's
then what they
common
have-
sense that corruption exists among family and friends.
Yeah.
In real life, diplomats extend immunity to their close relatives and family, meaning that if a diplomat's son does something dumb, they'll probably not go to jail. So, that's definitely the case in any kind of government. But
Yeah, pretty much.
But the point of roleplay union is that, in theory, if we can gather evidence that this does happen, they will be held accountable.
But that's pretty good then.
And the reason why I think it's important is because roleplay servers, they have a lot of investment. Imagine you just got banned permanently for something that you didn't do, but it looks like you did.
Mhm.
And obviously you can't prove your innocence because that doesn't make any sense. How do you prove that you didn't do something when you don't even
You
know
can't.
what evidence they have against you? They don't even show the evidence they have against you. Did you know that in real life court in the United States, there's this thing called discovery before the trial, where basically your opponent is obliged to give you all the evidence they have against you. so that you could review it and argue how it doesn't meet the burden of proof.
No, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, that's actually a real thing called discovery in judicial system in the United States. Both sides, they have all the evidence before the trial. It's not like during the trial it's like a big surprise. No, they prepare the defense and then they present it to a jury. A jury is compiled of actually just random people. And this is another interesting factor that we haven't implemented yet into the roleplay union. I'm thinking maybe we can use our summoning. I mentioned our summon kind of system. Like imagine you were a player on a roleplay server and you got summoned to be a jury in a court case, like out of character wise. That'd be kind of silly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be.
But then
It
again,
will be strange.
what if we treat it or try to mix and match it as if it's not? We can't mix and match it into being in character wise because some cases just don't make sense in character wise. Yeah, we haven't implemented any kind of jury system. I don't know if we should because that just seems silly to me. I think that's going a bit too far. So that's the balance I'm trying to get. I'm trying to do some of it, but not too much of it that it gets to the point that it's just a simulation of the American justice system. I guess, yeah. It's like an experiment. This is what it is. It's an experiment, and that's the whole point of the roleplay union.
Well, what if the experiment fails?
That's part of the experiment. I mean, we're gonna see if the experiment fails or not later on. I mean, honestly, since I started this experiment, I've learned so much. I've learned so many stories. I didn't expect to hear so many stories from people. Like, have you been watching the Userone Talks? We've heard.
From time to time.
Yeah, we. What do you think about the show in general? Have you
It's
learned
cool,
anything?
it's fine. No, I haven't learned anything.
You haven't learned anything? Well,
No.
okay, that's something we gotta work on. You always good to know the things that you gotta work on. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing. Oh, hold on. You mentioned there was an admin, a friend of an
Yeah.
admin. What was your problem with them?
Well, the thing is, we had the basically me and another person are leading a faction in our CRP,
Mm-hmm.
and what happened was we shot them up with a pretty good reason, and then the admin took their side for no reason, and then we got factions.
Well, you see, that's wait, you got faction killed?
Yeah, it's a faction strike. That's,
A faction. Okay, so it's like a form of warning, basically. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so let's look at this from a different point of view. Do you have?
I've looked it from everywhere, like the admin's view, sure, he can like at least warn us because
Okay,
one
so
person that was with us did not actually roleplay using cocaine, that's fine, he would have jailed him. But the thing is, all of us roleplayed normal.
the thing is what?
All of us roleplayed accordingly, but we still
Okay.
got strike.
All of you all played accordingly, and you still got striked. So
Yeah,
okay. So that's the story that I keep hearing all the time. You know, we did everything accordingly. But it looked. Do you think that from an admin's perspective, it could look like you were rule breaking?
yeah,
Okay,
completely.
but you were not rule breaking according to you.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the reason? The reason your faction had to attack another faction?
Or the thing is that I wouldn't want to disclose it on stream in front of people.
Well, you don't need to mention any names. You could just say
Yeah,
what
that's
happened.
right. But even if I say the reason, people can catch it to it instead.
Well,
It's pretty simple.
you see, the point of these kind of discussions is to learn some lessons and look at real things that actually happen. We can't judge a case that we cannot prove happened. So that's why we actually want to talk about those cases and learn from them. If you can't prove a case happened, here's what's gonna happen. Some guys, they're just gonna come in here and they're gonna lie about something that has happened and it hasn't, and then we'll learn all the wrong lessons and then we don't develop.
I can show you the
Or at the other spectrum, it could be that people come with genuine stories, possibly like you. I don't know if it's genuine or not, but I believe you or whatever. the point is you don't have evidence, or if you do have evidence, you're not willing to show that evidence because you want to keep it private. But again, if you show me evidence, I'm gonna censor all the names. I'm gonna censor all the names. We don't want names here. We just want to prove that this situation happened. That's it.
Sure, I can like give you a link to the complaint that happened.
That would be great. So you should have the interview access in right now. So you should have access to the interview room at the
Yeah,
bottom
I
of the
see.
page. Yep.
Give me a second.
Yep. Okay. Let me just answer one of these questions while you do that. How can you be American and not know what discovery is? Oh, that's probably not to me because I'm not American. Okay, let's see. So you have. How can. Okay. So, okay, how about we make some room for more people? Because I can't find any, like, questions, it's just comments, pretty much. But. No, but this guy asking why so many dislikes, I'll tell you why, because I'm Userone. Of course, people dislike me. They don't dislike my content, they dislike me. Although some of them dislike my content, to be fair, which is fair enough. But a lot of them dislike me for the things that I've done either a long time ago or recently, or I would love to hear why they dislike. I actually would love to hear why they dislike, so I can remedy the stuff that they disliked before. But if you think for a moment that they're gonna stop disliking, let's be real, it's not gonna change. We're always gonna have a bunch of dislikes. This is why, that's why we just gotta deal with it. Again, I don't believe people shouldn't be allowed to dislike me. Oh wait, I'm not allowed to show the complaint on stream?
No,
Can I censor the names and then show the complaint?
sure.
Okay. Okay, there's a lot of, how many names are there? Okay, I gotta work something out here with like I should
could just-
I actually cannot like go through, this is very complex and very detailed.
You can just scroll down to the last post that the admin made.
The last post, okay. Okay, so this will show basically everything, right?
I guess.
But this is a complaint against you.
Yes.
Okay.
From another faction.
Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure I've censored all the names. Because RCRP is actually one of those few servers that actually like takes their rules very like linearly. Like they actually have very descriptive rules. But I'm trying to make sure that there's no. Oh, goddamn! There's a lot of names in this. I'm trying to censor it, but it's.
You don't have to censor it, we can just talk about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I don't show the actual. Wait, what's happening? Well, where did this come from? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Apparently, the whole thing is just black. For how long was this?
I have no idea, like about 5 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know.
Dude, you an asshole. Alright, anyway. I don't even know where that is from. Alright, so I'm well, sorry, I'm not a I should be more professional about this. But yeah, this is a lot to decipher. I think I'm gonna have to look through this some other time. But yeah, so the frustration that you have with the roleplay in this case is that
Mhm.
you. What's the annoying thing? What's the most frustrating thing about this whole thing for you?
The situation.
That you got punished, but the admin didn't, or the fact that the admin's friend took advantage of his position and just got you punished. But how do you know that's the case, though? How do you know that that's the case?
Well, the thing is, it's really complicated right now because there's a lot of private and non-private information that I can't and can't share. But overall, the thing is, I don't feel like the faction should have been punished in any way whatsoever.
Well, have you tried to report the admin that punished you?
Nah.
Why not? If you feel like then that the punishment was unjust, why not report the admin?
Well, to be honest, me and that admin have been on pretty good terms,
And you're
even
scared that
before
this
that.
will
And
change?
nah, I'm not scared. Like, I don't give a shit if it changes.
Then why not report them?
I'm not that type of person to report for something like this. Like, I just don't care. I just want to roleplay, that's all.
But that's the point of reporting it, so that you can roleplay in the future. That's why you did it in the first place,
Well,
right?
tell me,
To roleplay, to
how
develop your
does...
character.
No, wait. How does a faction strike ruin my...
So you're saying you shouldn't care because the punishment is not significant enough?
Well, it's significant, but I'm just the type of person that doesn't care enough to, like, go out of my way and make it.
But you do realize that what that tells to admins. It tells to admins that they did nothing wrong. That they're gonna
Yeah.
continue doing this to you and to everybody else.
Well, if it escalates, then I'm gonna take,
Well, once it
For now, it's
escalates,
like,
it's too late because by that point, it's like they're gonna go back to this case where you did nothing, and they decided that yeah, this is wrong, and they're just gonna cite that, and it's like, why didn't you act now? Why didn't you act when you got punished unfairly?
well, I'm just gonna say them. I just didn't give enough shits to actually do a. Like, I don't know what's so complicated about it.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that if you think that something is wrong, that you should act on it so that you can help the community grow, in my opinion, so that you can prevent it from happening in the future. Because when nobody reports anything because they don't wanna be I don't know what you're saying. It's like you don't mind the fact that you got punished because it was not a serious punishment.
Well, the punishment is pretty serious because getting a faction strike off the faction is pretty fucking hard. You have to have good behavior and all that shit, but like, I don't care. I'm just gonna behave good with the faction. I've already went out of my way and made the faction even more stricter than before, so that's like fine. The admin, I don't even want to ruin my terms with the admin for now, because that would escalate. You know?
Okay. And
Yeah, that's all.
what does a faction strike mean on the whole country? How does it limit you? What does it mean?
Well, there's a thing in factions that's called gun crates. You know them,
The what?
like crates for weapon crate.
Oh yeah, weapon crates.
Yeah, and if your faction is strike, you cannot request crates and so pretty much the faction is just limited to roleplay without being aggressive to people, if you get what I mean. For
Well, I mean,
example,
you don't
we're in a
need a
beef
weapon.
with someone.
You don't need a weapon to be aggressive, but okay, I
Yeah,
get what you
you're
mean.
right. You're right. I don't need a weapon to be aggressive. But then the thing is, they can just bring out anything they want, then start a PK war, and we can't do anything again.
Mm-hmm. So why are you letting it go then, if it's such a big deal? That they are getting a huge advantage. That your faction pretty much got barred from a market for an out of character reason. That seems kind of silly, but okay, yeah, it's weird. I don't know, man. Your situation is very complicated, and you told me to
Yeah.
not show any evidence. That just means that it's not very helpful for the conversation. But I accept that, we do get another point of view that again says the same thing, that all punishment should be appealable, right? That strike that you just got, that should be appealable.
Like,
And
it's like,
would you report that admin if you felt like admin reports were taken seriously, and
no.
and they were reviewed by the other admin, not the admin that punished you?
To be honest, I still wouldn't do a complaint.
Okay, well, I appreciate your honesty. And again, this gives us another perspective of a person who does not feel like the system is necessarily essential, but still participates in it so that we can have a conversation. I appreciate it very much. You've been very helpful. Thank you so much. Let's get more people in because I want to get as many people as possible in. Thank you so much for coming.
No worries. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. Alright.
Hello.
Alright.
How are you?
You give us a minute, please. Please give us a minute. How are you doing? That's a lovely
I'm doing
name.
fine.
I feel like
Thank you
I've
very
heard that
much.
voice before. Very deep.
What?
I feel like I've heard that voice before. It's very deep.
Who?
And I don't know.
Secret.
Good try. Good try. Hey, Jimbo, right?
Yes.
Jimbo, can you do me a
Yes.
favor?
Uh-huh.
Tell me how you're doing. Tell me about what happened. Tell me about a story. When an admin has mistreated you, I'm sorry, I'm talking so weirdly. It's because I was making sure to collect the evidence on that last guy. But yeah,
So,
yeah, sure. What's
so,
up?
tell you what, when an admin did something bad?
Okay,
or-
well, let's start with this. How long
Okay.
have you been a part of the roleplay union?
I've been on RCOP for about 3 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a tester on RCOP right now.
You're a
so,
tester on a country roleplay. Okay. What does a tester do?
yeah. Well, we basically test new updates for the server. We respond to suggestions and bug reports, and yeah,
Very cool.
that's
Okay. Well, what do you feel? How do you feel about the roleplay union that we have here? This whole experiment
well,
that I'm doing.
I mean, I like what you're trying to do, cause it's nice to see like other members of the community trying to fix like I don't know punishment systems and other servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been like completely tuned in with the roleplay unit. I mean, I'm just sitting in the back trying to make the bot that you requested, and but yeah,
Oh, you're the guy that asked to make the bot.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for changing your name because your previous name was pretty long and would not fit
Yeah.
in. This is why I need to automate the name looking thing. Also to help with people who come in for like half a second just to scream like that last guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so have you ever had any situations when an admin made up a rule on a spot that was not there and punished you for it?
I mean, not really, but there was this one time. This was a while ago, and it was like back in 2018 or something. And
Oh, that's okay.
we were at the police department, and we wanted like the cop's name and everything, and he never gave it to us. So
Wait, hold on.
uh,
This was on which server?
RCRP.
RCRP, okay. Don't mention
yeah.
the names, but the
I'm not,
community is
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were, me and my friend, we got arrested. So we were trying to get the cop's name, and he never told us. So like we RP looking at his name tag, which usually would be on most cops' vests. And as soon as we did that, we got banned for metagame, like right off the bat. Like we didn't even get to explain or anything.
You roleplayed looking. Oh, okay. So to get what I understood straight, you roleplayed looking at the name tag, then you said his name out loud.
No. We like looked RP looking at his name tag, like
Okay.
on his outfit, and then we said his last name, like we like were like RP thinking about, like like he's.
So this was a uniformed officer.
Yeah.
They usually do have name tags on the chest and whatnot. But see, that's the thing. That's if there's no standard, right? If there's no
Mm-hmm.
rule that's like very specific about that, then I guess they could argue that this person
Yeah.
wearing a police uniform was not necessarily identifiable or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously,
See, like,
obviously, if a cop is arresting you, you're gonna in character wise know who arrested you. That it would be ridiculous otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, like, I just went back from my experience in the SP. Like, we always, like, obviously RP having a name tag on a thing. Like, at the time, I didn't really see, like, a problem with, like, looking at a name tag and saying, like, seeing what it says. Because I'm not too sure about, like, an IRL officer that doesn't have a name tag on their uniform.
Have
At
you
least in
have you
America.
tried reporting that? Well, the person who punished you.
Can you please repeat that? Sorry, you kind of.
Have you tried reporting the person who punished you?
Well, no, well, the guy that punished me, he kind of left the admin team like a while ago, and he doesn't play anymore. So I guess it's really no point.
That's another point. What if the person that punishes you ends up leaving? How do you prove your innocence then?
I mean, to be honest, like I have no idea because like at the time, like well, I have like the recording on my old computer, but I kind of switched computers, so I don't have it anymore. Like at the time, it would be like super hard to like prove that you're innocent because obviously I don't know like other shit, it's admin over player like words, and like if I didn't have a like proof of it at the time, the admin could just say he RP taken it off or something, which I find kind of stupid. But
why that's interesting. So you're saying you don't want to report him because he can just say, "Oh, I roleplayed taking off my name tag." Does he has to prove that he roleplayed taking off his name tag?
well, yeah, it would look a lot better on him that he RP'd it. Like a lot of people like say they I don't know.
Does he have to prove that he took off his name tag?
To be honest, I'm not too sure, but I know like
No,
from past
he doesn't.
experiences, it's admin word over player word. But
Yeah. Wait, was the person banning you the cop that was arresting you at the same time?
yeah,
That's
he was the
hilarious.
same person. Yeah.
Because sometimes admins get compared to cops on roleplay servers. Like cop characters are sometimes compared to admins. I actually appreciate what LSRP is doing, and they're telling all the recruits in LSPD, you're not here to enforce rules on the server. You're not here to enforce order on the server. You're here to roleplay a cop, and that I actually really respect LSRP for doing, because that is true. Cops should be different from administrators. I think they should go a step further, and not accept anything less than physical evidence from cops, because that can also ruin characters. They can also ruin stories when people testify lies through or not necessarily lies, but maybe skewed perception of what actually happened, skewed memory, something that didn't necessarily happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like see a big issue with cops and being administrators. See, like
I don't have an issue with cops being administrators at all. No, but it's just that they get compared a lot. Like if you're a cop
Oh,
and not an
yeah.
administrator, you get compared to an administrator.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
in many role episodes, they act as if they are the same thing,
Hmm.
when in reality there's a complete separation.
Yeah, I know what you're
Your
saying.
character becoming a cop is somehow another character achievement for many people, uh,
Yeah.
and it, I don't know, man. It's a complicated situation, but from your specific situation where an admin banned you when you roleplayed looking at a name tag. Wait, did you get banned or admin jailed?
It was a. Let me actually go check quickly. Hold on.
Can you
It
send it
was.
in the I can give you
Yeah.
the
It
interview
was a
access.
12-hour ban.
It was a 12-hour ban from
Yeah.
Red County.
Yeah. Here's the. That's the screenshot of the ban.
Okay. So I'm just gonna take that screenshot and I'm just gonna. Finally, we got some evidence. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead before I post it. I'm gonna censor the name because that is absolutely essential in my opinion.
Hmm.
There we go. Okay, there we go. I mean, there's nothing. The thing is, this is not. This is not really evidence, though. This just shows
Yeah,
that
I know.
this
Yeah.
this happened. But
I have a recording, but like I said, it's on my old computer.
oh well, okay.
Switched.
When you get the
Yeah.
recording, get in touch and show it to us, because
Yeah,
that's what we
I
want
will.
to see. We want to see evidence. We want to see what we can learn from it. If you were an admin in your situation, what would you do differently?
Well, first I'd definitely like talk to the person, see like their background story. You don't want to
So
jump to
okay,
conclusions.
so before, so in your situation, you just role played looking at the name tag, and then you said the last name off as if you were off of the name tag, and the admin
Yeah.
immediately punished you
Yeah,
by banning you for
like
12
straight up,
hours, and that frustrated you.
content.
Yeah. So you think admins shouldn't be issuing punishments like that?
I mean, like obviously they have to issue punishments to keep the server running, but like, I think they should definitely like talk to the person before doing it. Like even though if they saw them breaking the rules, like, which I know a lot of admins do on RCRP. It's just like this one admin didn't when it happened.
Okay.
Because like you never know their background
and what
story.
really bothers me is the reason why you didn't want to report the admin, right? The
Yeah.
reason is that you are worried that that's gonna affect you in the long run, basically.
To be honest, at that time, I really didn't care because I didn't have any like important like I don't know like roles or anything.
Well,
And
we
like
have to
on
look at
RCRP,
what an average person expects of a roleplay server.
yeah. Well, to be honest, like don't get me wrong, like Celia was like a little bit pissed at it, but it was only like 12 hours, so like at that time I didn't really give a crap.
Yeah, but again, it's an entry on your admin record, which means can everything in the future that you do is gonna be judged by it.
Yeah.
And you don't think it's just because you didn't intend to metagame. But I guess it's. See, technically, like, I can see how that could be interpreted as metagaming, but you are still frustrated because it's not necessarily. Like, would you be frustrated if it was written in the rules that you can't do that specifically?
Well, no, because that's like it's in the rules that you can't do it. So like I can obviously see why they would ban them. The only issue I had with it was I've never like once IRL or like in game see a cop RP taking off their name tag from the uniform, and it's like that one like situation. It's like
You
see
shouldn't. You
RP
shouldn't
take off
assume that everything is, automatically applied unless specified otherwise.
I
But
no,
but
I
but
get that.
but we can still look at your situation and we can still think about the context of it and whether or not that was the best thing to do. I don't believe in Red County they have. Well, they do have guidelines in Red County roleplay, but I don't think they are like too strict and too specific. I think admins have a lot of leniency, and at least in terms of the punishments they issue.
Yeah.
I think admins should be able to have leniency. My moderators, they have leniency in how what they do. But when it comes to issuing a punishment, there's just two types. There's serious offenses and there's mild offenses. You've seen the rules on the server, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
Well, I mean,
Do you think it's
I never like used it, like obviously, but like I mean, I like the idea of it. I mean, it makes it a lot more simpler for players to understand.
Mhm. Well,
But I think like technically, like on a roleplay server, um, say like so like how your system, I'm pretty sure is like a 7-day ban, and then whatever like day comes after that. It's like on a roleplay server. So say if that little system got like implemented, and someone I don't know goes DMing, and it's a
yeah.
serious offense, and they get banned for 7 days. Like, did they like really learn their lesson? Because they obviously like wanted to go DM. It's like
Well,
in 7 days, like
well, the thing is, the serious offense on on our server right now, on the roleplay union is actually 90 days.
oh my bad, sorry.
But
Yeah,
but I get what you mean, and we
yeah,
did have a problem with people coming in, and they are testing the limits of the system, and
yeah,
that's what's gonna happen when you restrict the restrict the authority. People are gonna abuse that. People are gonna be like, oh, if they don't have evidence, they're gonna not be able to punish us. Well,
hmm
we can still ban people who we think are breaking rules without evidence for up to 2 days,
hmm
for up to 48 hours, because that's the window we have to post the evidence.
hmm
So it's not like they'll completely get away, even if we don't have any evidence.
yeah, they'll
We
still
still
get
have discussion, just like on big roleplay servers. We still have discussion in how we act, although there is a general guideline. There is a general guideline which you should follow. So if you don't know what to do, you can just follow the general guideline, basically, and you'll always be right. So I'm trying to simplify the whole thing. I've realized over time that there is no real right and wrong. Okay, there's
hmm
a genuinely like you're never gonna be able to know the truth. That's the problem. You're never gonna be able to
Yeah,
know the
I
truth
know
on
what
a
you're
wide scale of things.
saying.
Because
Yeah,
especially when you don't bother collecting any kind of evidence, when you're just trusting
yeah,
people's words, of course they're gonna sugarcoat everything they can. Of course they are,
hmm
especially when they're not held accountable for that. But
yeah,
yeah,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
this is an experiment, and as an experiment, do you think that this could work on a roleplay server?
I mean, I can see it working. Yeah, it's just that like how you said, people are gonna be testing the system,
Hmm.
and yeah, like on RCRP, if you, I don't know, I'll give an example like ban evading. It's you have to wait a year to
Well,
post a ban appeal.
well, that's a question of the length of the punishment.
Yeah.
Um, imagine, imagine like somebody ban evades, then they get
Mhm.
caught. They wait a year. That'd be really weird though. So they wait a year, then they ban it. That's a real example, okay? Okay,
See, I
imagine
think
if
it's
somebody
stupid,
hacked.
when
If
some
somebody
people,
hacks, right?
yeah.
Gets banned, then waits a year, then hacks, then gets banned again, then waits another year,
hmm
and they just keep going and going and going and going, and they never stop hacking.
Well, Sam can
Uh,
never be alive at that point, I don't think.
well, that's what they said 4 years ago, but it's still alive. And
Yeah.
there's like 20, 25-year-old games right now that are multiplayer. Have you heard of the RuneScape? RuneScape is still
Yeah,
alive.
yeah. That's a big thing going on right now.
Yeah, and it's more popular than GTA San Andreas, yet it's older than GTA San Andreas, I'm pretty sure.
hmm
Way
Yeah.
older. So there's TTD, Transportation Tycoon Deluxe multiplayer. Right now, it's also pretty active, and just because the game is old, especially if it gets updated, doesn't mean
hmm
that it's not gonna be popular with players.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
a
I know.
game as legendary as GTA San Andreas, and the game
Yeah.
that is pretty much installed on every Russian computer. But
Yeah.
yeah,
See,
So what
But
do we
one thing
learn?
that, yeah, go ahead.
What do we learn from your story?
Um, well, definitely, which I don't even do this anymore, so I don't really do this, but definitely ask either like in /2 or something if a name tag would be shown, because I guess people, obviously people all play their characters differently. I mean, I
Yeah.
respect it, but I just kind of wish that the admin would have, came and like talked
So
to
you
us about
think
it before.
you're frustrated that the admin just banned you immediately without having even a conversation with you?
Yeah, like yeah, they don't do this like really any much. Like every time I've seen an admin situation, they usually do talk about it. It's just like that one time. It's like they should have just banned you without any like talking to you or anything. So like at first, like I didn't even know what I got banned for until after the fact, and then that's when my friend
Mm.
was telling us about it.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that feedback in mind. I hope other servers do as well.
Mm,
Alright. Well, I gotta get more people, and thank you so much for
yeah,
coming
that's
in.
fine.
And I hope you have a better time in the future. I'm
Yeah,
glad
it's
to hear that
fine.
this happened a long time ago.
Yeah, like it doesn't really happen anymore. I haven't been like in a situation in a while, but yeah, it doesn't really happen. But yeah, yeah. All right.
Alright. Well,
Have a good
thank
one.
you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Alright. Stay safe. Alright. Let's see who we have here. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
I wanted to ask you that are you supposed to talk about only bad experience or can we discuss about some good experience as well?
Well, the topic in this at hand is, well, the role union is an experiment of rule enforcement. We're talking about rule enforcement, the way admins enforce rules on their communities. So that's the topic, and that's the topic that we're supposed to talk about.
Okay, can we discuss about some rule breakers then?
We're supposed to talk about admins enforcing rules. Look, how long have you been a member of a roleplay union? The roleplay union.
I just joined, but I have
How,
I came
no, no,
from
no.
RCR.
How long have you been a member of the roleplay union community? This community?
I just joined like few minutes ago.
Few minutes ago.
Yeah.
We haven't had any. Have you really just joined a few minutes ago?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I made the verification as well. I came from RCRP.
Okay, well, glad to see that. But how uh how's your experience in the couple? Why did you decide to join? I guess is my
I
question.
mean, I'm a little bit of a rule breaker myself. I have been punished 59 times in RCR
You've
since
been banned
2016. Yeah, banned,
59
out in jail,
times.
kicked. Yes,
That seems pretty
since
excessive.
2016.
Okay.
And I mean, everyone comes in here and talks about how bad the admins are, but they never talk about their own mistakes. Like they don't own the mistake they do. Because
Well,
I've never been banned for like no reason. I have always done something bad, and I've always owned my.
you always owned your mistake and tried to
Yes,
fix it. That's
yeah.
nice when that
I
you
mean,
don't see that a lot.
I've been punished 59 times, and
Well, you say that
even
you own your mistake, but then how come you've been banned so many times?
they have been just some dumb mistakes I've done in the past.
Okay, so how about you post your history in the interview access room? That would be interesting to look at because I want to see the what kind of bans have you been able to get away with? Because there's a lot of misconception going on in the community, in the roleplay community that you
Well,
have today.
I have to take like 3 screenshots then. So Kim is
Wow. But some of the misconception is that you only get 3 strikes, you get banned 3 times, and then you're out. That's some of the misconception that is. So, some people are upset that I am still like I've been banned myself, not 59 times, but I have been banned. before, legitimately and illegitimately. So it's interesting to me that you've been banned so many times, and I'm sure it's interesting to a lot of people that you were able to get banned that many times and continue being a part of the community. Because I'm pretty sure there's some people that got banned fewer times and yet received a permanent punishment.
Where do you want me to send it?
You should have access to interview room.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I'm just curious what it looks like. I'm also curious about some of the things that you've done. Wow, really is a lot of stuff. So this record starts in April. No, it ends in April 2019. So that's about 6 or 7 months ago. And it starts in June 2016.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so it's pretty similar to my ad record, but yeah. So it looks like Reed County uses a lot of temporary bans instead of admin jails. So look at they still have admin jails. I don't know why they have both. It's interesting. But anyway, so you're here. You want to talk about how good the admins act? Okay. So, what's a good way to enforce a rule? So you're a rule breaker. You broke a rule. Tell us your good experience.
I mean, actually, all of them are actually good experiences.
Well, tell us the
'cause,
first one, or whichever one you want to talk about.
for example, from the bottom, the second screenshot, you can see in the bottom there's a ban from July 11, 2016. It's a permanent ban by Charles for use of unauthorized mod.
Ban of. Sorry, which image? There's so many.
The from the bottom, the second.
I see.
Yeah, that I used speed hacks then, and I somehow never got busted in other servers, and then somehow I just got banned in RCRP, and I made a ban appeal, and they literally told me that they have a like a requirement that hackers have to be banned for at least 1 year so that they can appeal.
Okay. But you were actually using a hack.
Yes.
I have a question. Why are you like? Why did you do all that? I guess.
I mean, I was young and stupid, and I thought it's gonna be fun
Okay.
until I got. But I never got busted. The way I got busted was I used it while stunting, and then I went flying, and then
Okay.
somehow I got.
So you did all this stuff, right? I'm sorry. I'm just changing the names, getting rid of the names in the reports that I can show it on stream. There we go. So this is just some of the stuff. There's like 4 more images of the similar stuff. And you were talking about use of unauthorized mods on July, right? 11th?
Yeah.
Okay, you did all this stuff and a lot more, and you are still allowed in. The latest thing that you have done was in April of this year, which is about 8 months ago. So,
Yeah.
for the past 8 months, why were you not banned?
Because I think I found my thing that I like. I joined the sheriff's office, and I've been behaving pretty good.
Yeah. So, would you say that you have changed as a person over time?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a good example of why, in my opinion, people should never be banned forever, right? Especially from a video game.
Yep.
Eventually, these people can change, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you want to, you can ban them, but like there has been some cases in RCRP where they literally blacklist for people for, I mean, kinda like no reason. Like they blacklist people for something that should be like just bannable.
Blacklist. What do you mean blacklist?
Like
Blacklist from where?
blacklist from the server, the forum, the TeamSpeak.
Okay. And how do you get on that blacklist?
Uh, I have like my friend, close friend that I used to play with. Him and his wife were playing in RCRP. His wife was even helper and the elite tracking president. And
Back
behind
up
the
a little
scenes,
bit. They were tracking a president.
no, elite tracking the faction.
Oh, elite trucking. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, so your friend met his wife,
Yes.
real life
No,
wife,
no, no, no.
or
No, they were both playing in RCRP.
is that his in real life wife, or is it
Yeah,
his
yeah,
in
yeah.
game wife?
In real life.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know people met romantic relationships on Red County roleplay, but cool.
And they both were leading elite tracking, and one of his wife was even a helper, and so behind the scenes they actually like sold money for in real life cash,
Really?
and yeah, they sold property and cash for in real life money, and they even told me that they made about 300 euros once in a month,
Mm.
which is a lot. And so they finally got busted for that. At first, he's himself. He got his name is Tavi. Got
Don't say the name.
banned.
Don't say
Okay,
names.
yeah, yeah. he
Strike that
got
from the record.
he got banned.
Okay.
So later, like a year later, he got unbanned, and
Okay.
then he got banned again, but this time with this white.
So
Because
what you're saying is it's good for servers to give rule breakers multiple opportunities, even if they keep messing up.
yeah, but finally, the second time, they got blacklisted.
Okay.
Which I
So, but
mean is
eventually, they got permanently banned.
yeah, they're like literally permanently. They can't even appeal.
They can't appeal. Do you think that's good or do you think that's bad?
I think it's bad.
Yeah, you think punishments should always be appealable because people change, or why do you think they should be?
Yeah, because I mean I know they have changed a lot,
I,
and they should be able to play again. At least in my opinion.
yeah, I've had multiple situations where my
I
friend
mean,
did something
there's
not.
there's other chances. You don't have to blacklist them. At least like remove their properties, remove their money or something.
It's. I mean, the whole concept is just the whole concept of permanently banning a person from a game. I understand it, especially in a pirate game. But when it comes to a hardcore roleplay server, especially when people are so young when they get into it, it feels kind of unreasonable to be permanently banning them without any way of appeal, even after over a year later. That's
Yeah, they don't.
ridiculous.
I think they don't even have access to the forums. At least one of them doesn't.
Well, there's a good reason to ban somebody, blacklist somebody from the forums if they are DDoSing them. That's for sure. But there should always be some way to appeal. Like our most extreme form of appeal is through the emails. So people have to email me if they got banned in such a way that I actually Discord banned them. We're not supposed to do that anymore, but that's still a possibility. The reason why we don't do it anymore because when we ban or kick somebody from the server, they basically they stay they lose all the roles and we have a role that says banned, which helps us keep track of things. It makes things a little more difficult until we get the bot in. But it's the only way we can make sure we keep track of the banned people and give them an opportunity to come back. What do you think about this whole thing? What do you think about the experiment of the roleplay union that we only ban people who we can prove that are guilty?
I mean, that's fair. I like it actually.
Do you think it would work on a roleplay server?
Depend.
What does it depend?
I mean, there's many ways to
Implement.
fake evidence. Like, I mean, screenshots.
Fake screen. Yeah, evidence
You
can
can-
be faked.
You
Absolutely.
can use inspect element, for example.
Evidence absolutely can be faked. Just like in a real trial, in the real court, evidence can be faked. You're right. But then, it's possible for truth to come out as well. Because all those decisions, they are public. So the public can pitch in, the public can contact the authorities and they can report, falsification of evidence. At least that's the idea anyway. We're
Yeah.
kind of like loosely based on
Yeah, and in RCRP, one thing I just know that annoys me personally is the thing that
the what?
the owner.
Well,
I'm not gonna say the.
well, I mean, you said the owner.
Yeah, well, they know. Right, the owner. I hope he's not gonna ban me for saying those things, but
Say things
he
that you know are true.
he literally bans people in game, and when they appeal the ban, he takes like weeks or even months to respond to the ban up.
Well,
Like, there has been like few ban appeals that the owner by someone that the owner has banned, and the appeals he
well,
literally
that's a logistics kind of thing. Obviously, yeah, that's another reason why I think our system is better because you're not supposed to. Here's how it works. Admins are supposed to post evidence within 48 hours of banning somebody. If they don't do that, they are guilty of a mild offense. And the first time they don't do that, or the thing is, if they don't get evidence within 48 hours, it's not like they're gonna get punished as long as they unban that person. They have to either get enough evidence or unban that person. Those are the two options. If they don't post any evidence, they will get punished themselves for not posting enough evidence. So, do you think if an admin was, do you think there's gonna be any difference if you reported the the server owner for not following through reports fast enough?
No.
Probably not. Yeah, but even here on Roleplay Union, somebody reported me for being mean last time because I was drunk, and I did something stupid. I was drinking and having an interview at the same time. I summoned one of my moderators, one of my supervisors to handle that report because I'm not handling my own report. That's one of our policies. You cannot handle a report that is on you. So it's like somebody else has to objectively look at it, look at the evidence, and decide whether or not you're guilty, basically. And you basically get treated just like another player, even if you're a staff member. Do you think that should be the case on roleplay servers, or do you think staff members should be treated differently than players?
Equally.
Should be treated equally? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your feedback. We're supposed to be ending now, but do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, cool.
Because I mean, the only
Hello? Hey, I totally lost you. Hello? I'm just checking, making sure that everything is good. Well then, let's just well, I'll just say goodbye for now because I don't know what's happened with the microphone, but I can't hear you anymore. Take care, man. All right, stay safe. All right, see you, man. Let's get one more person in, just one more person, and then we'll call it a night, because unfortunately we have to move on. So again, this is how you join the interview room. You just literally click here. Right now it's open for anybody. Anybody can come in and, well, not anybody, but anybody verified. So if you are verified in the Roleplay Union Discord, then you should be able to come in and join the discussion. Like I said, let me answer some questions while we're doing this, so that we have some stuff to do. Oh, hello. Welcome, Declan. Hello? Okay, never mind, he's gone. Hello, welcome. Oh, you already have
Oh.
into access. Hello. Oh, it's. Oh.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I primarily want to unban me, and
Hello.
he say no.
I mean, cool. Good try. All right. Cool. Yeah, you got a lot of people coming in. They are definitely purposefully disrupting. It at least definitely seems that way. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome.
How you doing, my friend? You okay?
Yeah. How are you doing? Lined up.
Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic.
Alright. I'm just figuring out like the best way to keep track of names and whatnot and evidence. Again, do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Was that last guy definitely here to disrupt what's happening? Definitely felt that way. Definitely felt like that person was there to disrupt what was happening. Sorry about that. A lot of people are probably gonna have a question why that banned that last person. I heard the different microphone that he was using, and
hello.
Saying hello. Can you not hear me?
Can you hear me, my friend?
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Well. See, this is a difficult kind of conversation, cause. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, it's okay now.
It's
Hello.
okay now? Alright, well, you completely kicked me off the train of thought. I just want to address what happened a moment ago with this individual. I'm pretty sure that we have a lot of people. What they're doing is they are testing me. They're testing me. They want to see if I can keep up with the evidence, keep up with my word that I can actually make sure to collect the evidence that they are in fact disrupting the stream, and they are very successful in doing it. It's very easy to do, but that goes to show that this system is not perfect by all means, but at least it's going someplace. Like, okay, all right, let's go back. I'm sorry to take away. Like, I'm not taking away your time. You're gonna have 15 minutes. I promise you're gonna have 15 minutes to share your story. I just want to address this for a moment.
It's okay.
The person that was here before, the reason I banned him was because I kept asking him a question, and he kept ignoring and speaking over me very intentionally, and it was very obvious that it was intentional. That being said, he can feel free to appeal it, and It's just it's like, you know, even now I'm doubting myself. Now I'm like, did I do the right thing or not? What do you think? Did you see the good try? Good. I mean, he kind of succeeded, but at least I can ban him easily. Well, I say that, but I didn't do it fast enough.
Why you kick me, friend?
Why? How can you join back? Go, God damn. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. Like I said, this is an experiment. But the hmm. I personally have learned a lot doing this specific stream, and as streams are gonna progress, what you're gonna see is a battle between the governing figure, which is myself. I'm the Dr. Breen. I am the G-man. It doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else. It just means I'm in a position of authority. Does that mean I am capable of making mistakes? No, it does not. I am absolutely capable of making mistakes. And you got a bunch of people, I'm pretty sure they're making just different Discord accounts, faking screenshots to join, get verified, and just disrupting this stream and making sure, testing me to make sure that I, can ban them, and moreover, prove that they have in fact disrupted the stream on purpose. And it's difficult. And I now understand why admins don't want to do it. But you see, I'm convinced that I can figure out a way to do it effectively and do it efficiently. More efficiently than, an admin would. In fact, I think in the long term, this will be more efficient than, what the system we have right now, where it's not certain what's going on. We have a bunch of appeals, we have admins who are doing all kinds of stuff. If you just have a rule that's very descriptive, you meet that burden of proof, boom, it's very easy for admins to follow that. It's very easy for players to follow that. It's more like a game. That way. But I do see the concern though. The concern with making rules more descriptive is that you can lose that creativity, you can lose that freedom if you don't have very descriptive rules. And that is a concern that I acknowledge. Absolutely. In fact, I've had that concern myself in the past, years ago. But now, I don't know. How do you balance that with making sure that people who get punished actually deserve to get punished? Especially when punishments are so unreasonably big on some of those communities. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I think I'm gonna end it now. You know what? No, let's get one more person. I like the challenge of having to like make sure that the people that are coming in are actually, here to participate in discussion. Let's do one more person. Let's do one more person. Let's do it. One more person. Okay. Hello. How are you doing, Matthew? Hello? He left? Okay. Hello. Well, how are you doing, Exorcist?
Hello. Hello. Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you doing?
I hear. Is this just the same person? It really sounds. You sound exactly like the person that I just banned. Not this is not Matthew. This is Exorcist.
I don't know. Yes, maybe we sound the same.
What?
Maybe we sound the same, but we're not the same person.
Well, don't. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely the same person. I do have some questions for you. Please don't disrupt the stream with anything ridiculous.
Yes.
What? Why you honestly like? And I'm not offended. Not at all. I actually genuinely want to know why you're doing this. Is it because it's fun, or is it because?
Wait, but I'm serious. You're mistaking me for somebody else. I can prove you. I'm not that person. LSRP. Forums, of course.
You're not that person. Okay.
No. I can
Okay,
prove
so I
you.
misunderstood what you just said before. Okay, I thought you said you were that
You're
person.
mistaking me for somebody else, friend. I want to. Hold on. I'll
What do
prove
you
to you
want?
how. I want to tell my story, why I quit LSRP.
Okay, well, send the evidence in the meeting room. Sorry, in the interview room.
The evidence.
Yeah.
I want to share my story, okay. Give me a minute. Is it okay if I light a cigarette? It's pretty. I'm getting mad when I think of it.
Every time. Every goddamn time.
Bro.
The same exact person.
Bro.
The
I'll give you
same
my... No,
exact
wait.
person. Like,
I'm gonna give you my forum.
how?
Bro.
We need that bot, like...
No.
We need that bot, like, desperately. We desperately need that bot. Yeah. As you can see, ban rating is always an option. It's definitely an option. And the thing is, even now I'm not certain if that's the same person, but I can look in the evidence afterwards to see if it's the same person. I have 48 hours to tell if I have enough evidence to ban all of those people. If I do, then great. If I don't, then I just unban them. They do the shit again, and I ban them again. And I get that it does sound very complicated and unnecessarily straining on an admin, especially admins that are volunteers. But I think to make sure that the people you're banning are actually the people that are guilty of the things that they're doing, it's essential. Now, again, does this mean that an innocent person is never going to get punished? No. An innocent person could get punished. This could have been a genuinely different person that apparently didn't read the rules that they were supposed to read and didn't realize that you're not supposed to be disrupting events is not allowed, which is what they are doing. They are I am like so convinced that that's the same person, but I'm gonna look at the footage later on, and if it's not the same person, I'm just gonna unban that person, and I'm gonna apologize. But I have genuine belief that this is the same person. Again, people are not superhuman. People are not superhuman, so you can't know the truth. You don't know whether that person is genuinely guilty or not. And guilty people, I'm pretty sure that he's doing it to test the system, and I appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it because this is an experiment for me. It's an experiment for other people. So, yes. Basically, what I'm saying is this. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the people that are coming here to support the server by, commenting on it and whatnot. And I want to thank the people that are coming here to troll, because thanks to them I can test the system. So, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that I appreciate. It's a challenge that creates a discussion, for sure. But yeah. Thank you so much for coming to another episode of Userone Talks. I was gonna release a video yesterday with the lovely green screen that, by the way, I posted on the on the good old Instagram. I have an Instagram if you guys wanna see it. It's called at Userone Gaming. And if you wanna join the roleplay union, go to the link in the description. Click the first link. Stay awesome. Hope you guys have a great evening.